welcome to The Real Life. I'm Doc, and I'm here with my lovely wife, PJ.
Hey, you sexy people. Welcome back. Today, I'm wearing Saint Laurent heels.
And I'm wearing Ferrari high tops.
So today's topic is called the three-fold chord.
A three-fold chord is not easily broken. You don't take one branch, you don't take two branches, you take three branches, and you twist and you twine them together. Mm-hmm. What are we talking about? We're talking about strength in numbers. Strength comes in numbers.
Okay.
So instead of, black movements and our people in history have always moved as a group, but the group has been still segregated at times. We have this group and this group and this group and this group moving, but they're moving differently at different times in different points in history. And you remember these historical points. You remember these times when you saw something fabulous happen, some movement started, like the Million Man March, for example. No, this was a movement, but it comes and it goes. And then the next movement comes and it goes, next movement, and so forth and so on. And it's like gears in a wheel. Each one will come out at a particular time, like a spike in history that causes us to progress as a people, to move forward. And we've made tremendous strides.
Right, we have. So let's just go ahead and give them props for all the different groups that have done that. Because it took a lot of effort to do something.
A lot of sacrifice. Yeah. People died. People were locked up and wrongfully in prison. And a lot of people have been denied or blacklisted or whatever for various reasons, for stepping up, standing up. There's people that took knees and lost contracts. And that was for a movement. The problem with that is that we're not all tied together.
Right.
If we begin to look at how dysfunctional that can seem to be. Because what happens is as this is coming out and it retreats back, then the anti-us comes out. And that's another gear moving us backward, they're moving us forward. So we'll take 2 steps forward or 3 steps forward, take 2 steps back. So we really only made 1 step. So while there has been progress, there hasn't been what we need. We need to be running right now.
Right.
And it's time for us to run. And the way that happens is by bringing more unity. Take out all the division. Move that gear out. Move that wheel. Either put more teeth in it or make it completely round, where it's like a wheel, it rolls. The way you do that is you start to, all of these disjointed and disconnected groups begin to correlate into one. They have to collide so that they overlap each other's visions and purposes. So now each group is tied to the next group. That's what the kingdom was. Every single facet of the kingdom tied back to one source. And that source was so powerful at bringing those systems and those people and those ideas and those inventions together that it grew to be fortified and strong. Big Mama said, with each finger, with an open hand, you can slap somebody, but when you ball it up into a fist, you strike a mighty blow. Right. Yeah, you can affect somebody with your finger, and if you're trained, you really know what to do with it. But with a fist, how much stronger would we be as a people if we began to see where our visions do align? The things that are misaligned, we find purpose for them, and we attach them to that tree.
Right.
Imagine you had a redwood tree, and you put 3 redwood seeds around each other, and then they begin to grow. Now, you already know how big a redwood is by itself. Yeah. Imagine if you planted 3 seedlings, and they're growing up, and as they grow, you begin to braid them.
Yeah.
And they grow some more, and you braid it, and you grow some more, and you braid it. Yeah. And you keep braiding it until you can't braid it anymore. Yeah. And then you plant another seed, and then you braid it around it, and you another seed, and you braid it around it, and another seed, and another seed. Yeah. Instead of creating a redwood forest, you create a redwood mountain. What would that look like? How would that fare against storms and against enemies? You take a chainsaw, that thing all day, it ain't coming down. So this is what black needs. This is what our communities need. This is what research tells us that we do move as a body. So instead of seeing an arm over here and a leg over there and a neck over there and a head over there and feet over there, let's pull this stuff together and become a body. Build the kingdom. Because you can have your echelons on the different branches of this body. But everybody can fit that is attached, and being attached, listen, being attached to this tree doesn't give you automatic rights and privileges to nothing. Because you can't just run up and just jump on a tree.
No.
It's going to reject you. You have to be aligned with what's happening.
If you're not aligned with the DNA of that tree,
see that?
How the heck are you going to come and jump on board?
Because it's grafting. You can't graft yourself to something you ain't aligned with. You got to have the right mindset. You have to have the right ethics. You have the right spiritual sense. You have to know what's going on. There has to be some shared reality. We have to all be on the same page.
And if you're not on the same page, how the heck are you going to do it? I appreciate the organizations that did their thing, but like you said, there's one over here and there's one over here, and the reason is because maybe what's happening isn't important enough to say, I need to join in. I need something that's going to make me join in. If you have a kingdom where these people unite and they fought for something that is going to potentially affect them being safe or being in danger, would you participate? Because your life depends on it.
That's your short you were just talking about being what these isms are, right?
Yeah.
And they develop these isms, these mindsets and these beliefs about who we are because they have put roadblocks up and planted negative seeds about us to make people think that about our people. The reality is that's why they created a racist system, right? To keep us divided. But that wall of containment is gone. It's a mental wall. We need to break that wall down because it's something my dad used to always say. He was like, there's too many chiefs and not enough Indians.
That's what I'm saying.
You know?
You got to recognize who your leader is.
Yeah.
If you don't even know who your leader is.
We got too many people wanting to be the leader and not learning that leadership is being a good follower. Drag some people with you to the movement. That's being a leader. Drag your party with you to the movement. Drag your household, whether it's you, your wife, and your kids. Drag them to the movement. If you are part of this group and you are part of this group, drag those two groups together. Grab somebody from this group and unite the groups. The reason that they end up saying they are racist against us is because they sow that propaganda through marginalism, right? And marginalism is to segregate you into saying you are this type of person because of your race, because of your melanin in your skin. This is the type of person you are. So we have a right to now degrade you. We look at you low, and we have low expectations of you. And these assertions now that they're making, they sow that as if it's true. Then we act out on it by not being a part of anything. We have people that voted for Kamala Harris that are black. And you got people that voted for Trump that are black. And the two of them don't agree, but they both black. But they both black. It doesn't make sense to me. Well, why are you talking that politics? Because that's the tool they use. They use it every single time. Black folks that wanted to vote for or voted for Kamala Harris don't think like the black folks that voted for Trump. For some reason, the people that voted for Trump that are people of color are saying Trump is not a racist, but everybody else can see it. So there is a problem with vision, perspective. They're saying we don't care that he's a racist or he's not a racist. They're saying he is a racist. Both can't be true. Something there's truth in there somewhere, and we know what the truth is, but the reality is who cares about Trump? We suffer from the same affliction. We're both black. We should stand on the issues that are affecting us, not the issues that they want to tell us about. Even if Trump isn't a racist, let's just say he wasn't. The system is. It's a racist system. We as black people need to come together because they call us the minority. That's the marginalization. But we are the global majority. And they don't want us to know it. You are the global majority.
They're trying every way possible to divide us. You're either divided because of your denomination or your church that you're in.
Yes.
The church people versus the secular people. You're divided because you're Trump versus Kamala. You're divided because of all these different things. That's the problem right there. You keep being divided. So what needs to happen is we need to come together. We're even divided based upon country.
Yes.
There are people who are in other countries. That's what we taught in my shorts. I was trying to tell you that there are black people in China, there are black people in Argentina, there are black people in most of South America, there are black people in Europe right now. But if you want to keep dividing us and saying, well, we're different from you because of these reasons, we're going to continue to be divided. That is a white thing. They cannot unite. But we can unite, which is why I'm asking you to reconsider and think about uniting because we want the same thing.
That's
to
right.
live in peace, harmony, and a place where it's safe. Where there's righteousness, where people who are doing right, not because you're a church.
Because we know that ain't working.
The church ain't working.
No.
The church is some of the most corrupt people. Yeah. Just because you go to a church, that doesn't denote that you are righteous. There are a lot more people that are not going to church that are more righteous than the people going to church. So if you are fooled into thinking that people who are going to church are more righteous than you because you don't go to church, I'm going to tell you, I don't go to church. I just love
God. That's it.
That's it. So stop thinking that because you go to a church or you have a title in the church.
Oh, the titles do
it. They love that.
I'm prophetess so-and-so. I'm prophet so-and-so.
Or I'm the apostle, or I'm a pastor,
I'm bishop
or I'm an elder, or an usher, or
I don't care.
That's the problem with your religious mentality is that you think you're better.
Yeah.
And you're going to find yourself not within the kingdom.
Yeah.
Because in the Bible it says, my kingdom come.
That's right.
He ain't say a church.
He didn't say a church.
The churches that he mentioned are the ones he's going to get rid of.
Yeah.
It was all these churches. If you go in Revelation, you might need to go there and start reading at the first 5 chapters.
Yeah.
But in any way, this talks about the churches that are not going to make it. If you don't go to church, do not think that these people who are religious and go to church, they're better than you.
That's
you
right.
are probably closer than they are.
And what you think is the sin that's going to keep you out is actually the thing that probably gets you in. Don't prejudge yourself. What you need to do is judge your heart. Do you want to be a part?
But just so that you know, why did you do what you did? If you went to jail, why did you do what you did? That's what God cares about.
Yeah.
He doesn't care that you went there. It's about why did you do what you did.
Yeah.
And if you have a logical, reasonable reason that you could stand before him and say, I did this because blank. Yeah. Don't exclude yourself and think you're not going to make it. Yeah. Remember that. None of us is perfect. All of us are sinful. All of us have done wrong. Everybody. Yeah. And these church people who are trying to act like they're better than you, they just as sinful. They're probably worse. Yeah. They go in there probably trying to make it look like they have this look of righteousness, but that doesn't mean you're going to get in. Because there is a kingdom. It's coming.
It's coming.
And it's going to be based upon...
And now let me tell you this.
Let's just say somebody's been taking a tally of your efforts.
Yeah, of your efforts. Let me say this though. The kingdom is real. A shifting, a changing of the guard. And you need to prepare yourself. You need to really consider joining the movement, not a movement. The movement.
The movement is going to determine where you really stand.
Yeah.
So all those people out there want to hold on to their titles in these churches and their titles for all these different things, and their denominations, that ain't going to mean nothing. You don't get in just because you got a title.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't tell me what you do for a living.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Because somebody's been watching.
Somebody's watching.
Somebody's been keeping tabs of who you really are by the moves you make.
Yeah. That's how you know.
That's how you will know.
Yeah.
If you don't know, you will know soon.
You're gonna be one. You're gonna want to be a part of the kingdom, because in the kingdom there's safety, there's peace, there's love, there's there's provision, there's vision, there's purpose. It's all these things in the kingdom, and you don't have to worry about the chaos that the world is trying to produce.
So what we're saying is you have to come together for something bigger than an awareness. Whether you know it or not, somebody's keeping records.
Yeah, and this administration that's in play right now is also keeping records of how to get rid of you folks. If I were a slave today, I would tell the master, I am the best fence builder in the world. Let me build you a fence. And the whole time master's watching me build the fence, I'm building a wall to lock master in.